After 4 months of being overseas in New Zealand, we're recently in Samoa, in Australia, amazing time, but we are finally back home in California. If you're just recently joining us, you recently subscribed, I know we got some new subscribers, so welcome. I'm Taku and this is Jocelyn. And we are from California. I was actually born in Japan, but grew up in California since I was 9. And for the past 15 months, we have not had a home. So let's talk about that. Need breakfast. I made a bit of rice. Ooh, nicely fresh cooked rice. This may look a little gross to some of you. This is natto. It's a Japanese novelty. Really good for your gut health. And I love it just for the taste and texture. As you can see, it's extremely slimy, and I make it even more gooey by adding a raw egg. Look at that. And then I go in with a little soy sauce. Just mix it up. It's nice hot rice. It just incorporates everything into it. Look at all the, look at that yolk. And then I take one of these pieces of seaweed and just make a little wrap with the seaweed, like that. Remember 20 years ago, everybody said sushi was gross. Look at you now. Same thing's gonna happen with natto. Mark my words. Anyways, 15 months ago, we decided to take everything we own and put it into storage. And then we skipped town. We skipped the country altogether. And we went to New Zealand. And our whole goal was to spend, a good chunk of time in New Zealand. And that we did. One of my first fishing trips there, I caught a fish of a lifetime. It's amazing, beautiful snapper. We got to work with an ocean conservation nonprofit there called Legacy, along with the native Maori community. And on top of that, we met some amazing people and made a ton of friends and just had a really, really great time. Now, Jocelyn and I have been discussing what now? What do we do now? We still don't have a home. That's why we're out here in the van. We can't keep traveling. That's the one option. But the other option, we could get a rental place like before. Or we could try to buy some land, which would be, amazing, but a lot of work as well. And we could start like more of a homestead kind of community. And which would be, a lot of fun. I think that's one of the goals that I have, for life, just in general, to have some land and be able to grow our own resources, catch our own food, things of that nature. But first things first, if you guys remember, about a year ago, I said I was going to work on a cookbook, and I have been working on that continuously throughout this entire journey, and I'm still working on it. And it's gonna be another few months until I'm finished, at least another few months. But this stretch is gonna be, I gotta buckle down and I gotta really focus, because so far I had some great recipes in there. I had some amazing tips and all kinds of information, all kinds of knowledge that I've gained over the years to share with you guys in a book. And I think it's gonna be great. So I really want to finish it, although it's been a ton of work and it's been kind of overwhelming, to be honest with you. I guess I knew it would be a lot of work, but it is even more than a lot of work. At times I've just wanted to give it up and maybe do it another time, but I'm gonna stick it out and finish it up. But there's a lot more left to do still. Anyways, after that, what do we do? What do you guys think? we do want to start something to buy some land and, you know, make our own property, have some fun on there. But we also love to travel. And I would love to do the same kind of thing we did in New Zealand. We would love to do it long term like that in Australia as well. I love Australia. We've only spent 2 weeks total in Australia, and there's so much to do there, so much to see, so much fish to catch in Australia, and we have a ton of friends there already as well. So I think it would be a lot of fun to do a similar thing there. So we have a couple options. I do want to spend more time in Japan as well. In fact, in 2 weeks I'll be going to Japan just for a week-long trip, just to meet up with my dad and my sister, just to catch up with them, just for a quick one in Okinawa. Other than that, the next few months will consist of me working on my cookbook mostly, and I'll still be making videos too. But the long term, what do we do in the long term? We've actually been at this campsite for 3 days now, and this is the best weather we've had. This is the first sunshine we've seen. And the ocean's looking really nice, actually. Pretty calm out there. At some point we'll get out there, especially for low tide, grab some mussels or something, since those are in season. Right now we're staying at a hip camp, and if you never heard of hip camp, it's basically private property, people's private property that they've turned into campsites, and that's where we're staying. It's kind of like an Airbnb for camping. I think it's much better than Airbnb because it's not taking up any kind of housing. It's just property that people have, bare land that they turn into campsites. So I'll leave a link in the description for the website. You can use like that sign up link that everybody gets. So I get like, I don't know, $15 or something every time somebody signs up. I'm just doing some work on my next video that's going to be out. I got to get it up by tomorrow. So I got to get this finished. But just looking at this place where we are right now, I wish we had something like this. Like, look at it. It's just 1 acre property pretty much. Just this little piece. But there's a lot you can do with this kind of space. It would be nice. So we have our van right there, and then this piece of land that we're on right now, there's like a few campsites on it. Nobody else here. But if we had this like little piece of land like this, there'd be a lot we could do. Just 1 acre. After not even having rent for the past year, I definitely don't want to have a mortgage. Such a turn off to me. That's how they get you. That's how they keep you working, contributing to the system. That's what I've been thinking lately, just because I've been rent free, just traveling. And we had the van in New Zealand, and then we pay for campsites and Airbnbs here and there and whatnot. But that's what I've been thinking lately. It's just a trap. It's just to trap you into the system so you can't travel. I love having the ability to just get up and go, get out of here and travel. So yeah, if I were to buy something like a piece of land, try to buy cash, something that we can afford with just cash. 1 acre, 1 to 4 acres, it's got to be doable somewhere. We always are looking at Washington, but one downside to Washington, it's quite gloomy, and we love the sun. So that is just the one downside. We might have to sacrifice something, Something we think about constantly, but at the same time, I love traveling, and this past year has been so great that why not just keep doing that? So I'm constantly back and forth, and same with Jocelyn. I think she's fine with either as well.
I want land, but I want travel.
She wants land but travel. Land or travel.
Both.
Eventually we could have both.
Yeah.
But if we had land, we would probably get animals. And if we had animals, no more travels really. Yeah. At least overseas travels,
Especially because they would just spin out of control real quick.
Spin out of control.
Get like 2 cats and a dog, but then we'd feel bad for the dog being outnumbered. So then we'd have to get another dog, but then 2 dogs are way bigger than 2 cats. So then we get another cat, but that cat was bonded to another cat. So now we have 4 cats and 2 dogs. Then we have to equal it out. So we gotta get another dog, and it came with the goat.
Dog came with the goat. Yeah.
That's how I see it going.
We need chickens because we need eggs. We need a chicken protector dog. That's another dog.
Yeah, working boy.
Working boys. Yeah, if we go down that path, it's we'll probably go fully into it. Full commit. I don't know. Decisions we'll have to make in the future. Well, I'm gonna start a fire and make some lunch. And Jocelyn on the way over here, we stopped at a gas station and she bought some hot Cheeto fries. These are the best chips ever. I'm not gonna eat them. Well, I'm gonna eat a couple, but if you take any kind of chips, take a lighter, light it on fire. Wait, hold on. There's a little wind coming from that direction. Light it on fire, and this will burn for quite a long time. So you can start a fire with a hot Cheeto. See how long that burns? It's all the, I don't know, all the oil in there. Or maybe because it's just a hot Cheeto. It's flaming. It's literally flaming. Let's see if this will light. All this was soaking yesterday in the rain. All the wood is wet, so the fire took a little time to catch, but we managed to do it with the flaming hot Cheetos. And now we have some jicama here. You guys ever tried jicama? Mexican vegetable fruit. Oh, you guys eat it like a fruit, but it's a vegetable. It's a root.
From a root, yeah.
It's a root vegetable.
Yeah, the first time I had Taco try this, he kept asking me if I was sure I wasn't supposed to cook it.
It seems like something you are supposed to cook. Good. It's got like a nice pear kind of texture with a little lime, tahini, and kelp chili crisp. We have some news coming up later in the video too, so stick around for that. Okay guys, now it's the next morning and we're at this low tide area right now. Even though it's a zero tide at the moment, the tide's not very low because the waves are really big today. But I did find some really nice nori. Check it out. This here is nori right here. And there's a lot of it. I'm gonna cut some and we'll take it back and make some, I think I'm gonna make some nori paste with this, which is really delicious. I'll show you. This is like really long stuff. Usually when I find them, they're like really short, but this is so perfect here. Besides the kelp, this is my favorite seaweed. And this is literally what they use to make nori for sushi. I'll see if I can make it over there because there's like a bit of a tide pool in between. Okay people, we got our mussels. I think that's all we can get today. Tide's already coming in pretty high. Okay, we got our mussels. Now they have all kinds of barnacles on them when you get them off the coast. So if you rub two mussels together, you can easily take those barnacles off. I just have a bowl of water here. See how that just starts to come off pretty easily. Well, what's this? Some seaweed on here. There you go. Now it's nice and clean. Okay, let's cook these mussels. Mussels are probably one of the easiest things to harvest on the coast, just because it doesn't need to be super low tide to grab them, and they're very obvious. There's so many of them, and they're right on the rocks. You can go to almost any beach in California on the west coast and you'll find mussels. Any beach with rocks. Today we're gonna do a pretty easy recipe, but really good. Something with a little kimchi paste and coconut cream, kind of combine those together, make a delicious kind of curry with them, and have the mussels in there. I think that sounds delicious, so let's get right to it. Yes. Jocelyn just mentioned the biotoxin line, which I did call before going out, so it is important. Normally mussels, the season goes from November to April. What the biotoxin line, what they do is it's run by the California Department of Health, and they test the waters to see if there are any toxins like the shellfish, paralytic shellfish poisoning. So it's important to call that biotoxin line. I'll put it right here. If you're in California, that would be a useful resource. Otherwise, if there is toxin, you eat it out of season, something like that, you could get paralytic shellfish poisoning, which can result in death. And you don't want that from eating mussels. I'm just gonna prep these the garlic first, and I got some green onions as well as some regular onion. With the green onion, I'm gonna do a nice fine chop, at least for the green part. And once I get down to the white part there, cut these ends off first. I will just cut them in little 1-inch sections like that. Set those aside. Let's do the garlic. All right, just give them a rough chop. Put that off to the side here. Got an onion. We'll dice this up here. Okay. Oh yeah, let's preheat our wok. Okay, I got a nice big stove here. Put that on good high heat there. Let me move this camera over. There you go. Now you can see our fire too. Gotta warm up here. Here we go. Now wok's all heated up. Little oil. Toss our onions in. Mussels can actually stay out of the water for a very long time, for hours and hours. If you think about naturally how long they stay out of water, once the tide goes out, they're not seeing water for hours, at least 8 hours a day, twice a day. And they're in the baking hot sun as well, and they can survive just like that. If you put them on ice, they'll actually die much faster than if you just left them out, just even in the sun. Okay, going in with the garlic as well. Also the white ends of the green onion. A little bit of soy sauce. A little bit of this kimchi paste. And some coconut cream. I'll put a little more of this kimchi sauce. Thank you. There we go. That tastes really good. Okay, we'll bring this back up to a boil here, and we'll chuck our mussels in. Okay, that's looking pretty good. The mussels are ready to go in. Sorry guys, we're taking some photos for the cookbook, potentially. Yeah, I'm just gonna cover that up and we'll steam it in there for just about 6 minutes or until they open. Okay, should be pretty close to done here. I'm gonna finish off with a little bit of sesame oil in here. Give that a quick toss. And we'll plate. And a little garnish. I have some coconut flakes here. And I'll just add to the top of this. And some green onions. Here we go, guys. Here is the kimchi coconut curry mussels. Mmm. This is a delicious one. There we go.
We get half a bolillo.
Thank you. Got a good old Pliny.
I'll just go dip this in. Nice and coconutty. It kind of reminds me of the kimchi pasta I make.
Oh yeah. Cheers, guys. Cheers to being back. Some more adventures coming up soon. And we have an announcement. I'll tell you in 1 second.
You know what that's going to look like.
No, Jocelyn is not pregnant. No, I can tell you that right now. That's every time I say there's an announcement or she's not drinking a alcoholic beverage. Jocelyn's pregnant, but no, she's not pregnant. We are releasing an extra spicy kelp chili crisp today, out now. You guys wanted it, we made it. Out now, extra spicy kelp chili crisp, and we already love the kelp chili crisp, but
Yeah.
some people want an extra spicy version. I think it's perfect, but I don't mind an extra spicy, so I hope you guys like it. Here's a little clip of us eating the extra spicy. We are dropping a limited release extra spicy kelp chili crisp. Oh yeah, that is right. We're doing a very limited release, so limited quantities available. You can get it right now. We just dropped it as this video came out, so I'll leave a link in the description. You can only get this one online, but you can get the original one in store. Okay, so I just made a little poke bowl for us, a little bluefin tuna on top with some salmon, some coho salmon. All right, so now let's get into it. It looks delicious and crunchy as usual. Let's try this.
Oh, what if that's too spicy?
Oh yeah, that's a good amount. Okay. All right. It's a nice piece of tuna with that extra spicy. Let's try it.
Yeah, it's got a little more kick.
Still got nice crunchy texture, and yeah, woo-hoo-hoo.
It's got spice.
It's got spice now. Still bearable, like you can still eat it, but my mouth is burning. Yeah, for sure. This is that extra spicy. If you guys like it, try it out. The chili crisp is so good on fish, it's great on eggs, it's even amazing on steak. So I'll leave a link in the description for this drop as well as the original. Yeah, thank you. This is all for you guys. Thank you so much for making it happen. All right, back to it.
Maybe chili crisp would be good on this.
Chili crisp would be perfect on this too. It's honestly, it's just perfect on everything. If you haven't tried it, you gotta try it. It's so very addicting. We didn't make it just to sell. We made it so we can eat it ourselves too, because we love that stuff. I didn't take the beards off, so you just have to like pull those off when you're eating them, like that.
I can eat the beard or no?
No, don't eat the beard.
Needs rice.
I didn't soak these mussels at all. I went ahead and cooked them up, so a little bit sandy. At least that first one.
Mine was all right. Too much wind. Didn't miss the
Take
California
out that
wind.
beard. Oh yeah, that one's much better. No sand. Let's try some of this sauce here.
Does he have a beard?
No, that's good. Oh, this is good. Mussels, you would just want to cook it to a point where they open. Right when they open, it's done. That's it, pretty much. If you keep cooking them, they shrink, they overcook, shrink, and get real tough and hard. Cook them right, they're really soft and tender. I heard that the orange ones are like, it depends on the sex of the mussel. So the pale ones are female or male, whatever it is, and then the really bright orange ones are the other. I'm not sure if that's true. If you guys know, let me know. Because yeah, a lot of these actually are like really bright orange and beautiful. I love that about the mussels. How tasty. So I have my that nori just kind of drying in the sun at the moment, and I have some kelp as well, and I'm gonna make like a paste with the kelp, and I think I'm gonna make some seaweed snacks with the nori. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing that for the cookbook too, you know, recipes that are delicious everyday things, but also, you know, some unique stuff where you can, when you forage and harvest seaweed, like a lot of people don't know what to do with them, so I want to incorporate a lot of that, as well as a ton of other fish recipes too.
Plus we saw this overpriced.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, how much was it?
Not overpriced, but a little pricey for being
a local cafe had some locally harvested seaweed snacks for sale, and they were using this nori, and it looked great. And you didn't see how much it was?
I think it was 14, wasn't it?
$14 for a little bag of them, which is probably about the same amount of that, because once it's dehydrated, they shrink a lot. But it's
probably time consuming.
It is, yeah, time consuming, because you gotta wash them and everything, and dry them, and then they probably bake them, season them, yeah. But a lot of work goes into it for sure. But yeah, incorporating those kind of recipes, I think it's important to me, because I love that stuff. All the coastal foraging seaweeds and kelp and all that. So anyways, that's it for this one. Delicious recipe. I think this one's gonna be in the cookbook. I think I don't think it needs much more. Just rice. That's it. And I think it's a perfect recipe to go in the cookbook. So I'm gonna be working hard on the cookbook the next few months, but still, you can expect videos from me hopefully every week. Anyways, thanks for watching this one. If you like the video, make sure to hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
What about dessert?
Oh, are you gonna make dessert?
Yeah, I'm gonna make it today.
Jocelyn says she's making dessert. You guys want to stick around for dessert? More than welcome.
I'm making some apple crumble, and I'm just gonna mix things in here so I don't make too many dirty dishes. This is a apple crumble for 2. A little bit of cinnamon. Oops, one's taking it. A little bit of lemon juice. That should be good. Nice thing about apple crumble or any kind of crumble pie, you don't really have to measure too much. Just gonna give that a stir. At least not this part. Alright, this looks nicely mixed up. Let's go 1/3 on the brown sugar. Like a heavy 1/4 of oats. 1/4 of flour. Some cinnamon again. Oops, I'm just taking everything. Like that. I think that's good. It's probably like half a teaspoon. Like 2.5 maybe tablespoons of butter. And then we're gonna just mix that in. Mix it, and I'm just gonna squish the butter. Almost forgot. A little pinch of salt. Alright. Gonna go ahead and pour some of this on the crumble. Baking's not an exact science on these guys. Unless you have a thermometer, then it's much easier. But for an 8-inch one, you want 5 on the bottom and 11 on top. 5 hot coals. We also have no idea where our tongs are. Taku's chopsticking it. Our fire pit's a little too hot. Luckily, it's been raining for like the past week.
It's wet season.
Also, I dug a hole, so it's sitting in the mud like an umu.
I put 11 on. This is 10.
11's good. Normally, I would have preheated it, but I just decided to put it all in one pot. But it's apple crumble. Super easy. And this is gonna bake for about 40 minutes. We'll rotate it every 15 minutes and then replace the coals as they shrink down. Here we go. Ooh, perfect. You can see it bubbling a little too, but okay, our apple crumble is ready. We got some ice cream. Bloop. Just gonna put that right on top. Cookies and cream flavor, because why not?